Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel, the 1/3. First off, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rukakodash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, for letting the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, the Rukakodash, rest on their hearts and their minds, and share this truth with us. With that, I want to say, beyond the fact of us going off and us all having to serve our sentence for being disobedient to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Because in the churches, they always talk about obedience, being obedience to the Lord. How do you be obedient to the Lord? How do you do it? Is it just in word? Even the Lord say they worship me with their mouth, but their heart is far removed from me. In the church buildings, they teach us all this fluff and folly. Just like they like hustlers, like on the street. They tell you all this good stuff, but at the end of the day, it's detrimental. It's nothing good to you or for you. But with this truth, we come out to teach our people, the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos. When I say Negroes, I'm speaking of the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The Negroes. The southern kingdom of Israel. And then you have the northern kingdom, which mainly look like Spanish, more of a lighter tone. It was written that Ephraim has mixed itself amongst the people, and it's like an unturned cake. And that's the northern kingdom tribes. From so-called Mexicans, so-called Cubans, so-called Dominican Republicans, so on and so forth. And also the speckled bird, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through the 12 tribes of Israel, being dispersed throughout all the world to all the other nations that might look like the other nations, but are truly the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. And if this truth resonates with you, because for years we believed that our Savior actually was an Edomite, or reference or looked like an Edomite, but we found that to be a lie. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. But my point is, besides us going off and being disobedient, and our leaders constantly having us in that realm of delusion, choice of delusion, right? Oh man, Barakatah to the Akim at the camp out here in Orlando. Yeah, the delusion, the choice of delusion of us going through the turmoil, the strife, the confusion. You can call it mishaps or whatever, of us being on the bottom, serving out our sentence. And these are, when you go through the scriptures, it tell you why you're actually going through what you're going through. I was at work the other day, I was at the plantation, and Jake came to me, and we was talking about music. He was talking about how, these young rappers don't pay homage to, the older rappers, talking bad to the other older rappers. And, he's kind of, I ain't gonna say he got into his feelings, but, just being a little misguided. I pulled out, what was that? What was that? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it right quick, man. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going off subject right now, but still, just to show that the words out of the Bible are true, faithful and true, and that's Yahweh Shai. You know, they are faithful and true. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. They which lead thee. Children are their oppressors, and women rule over them, causing us to err. Matter of fact, that goes good with this lesson. You know? Because what we have to understand is that there is an order. There is an order to the restoration and salvation of any nation. And like I said, we're on the bottom. As you can see for yourself, we're on the bottom. You know, we don't have no army. We don't have no, ain't nobody from Africa coming to save us or rescue us or none of that bull crap. So you know that we ain't related to them Africans, them Hamites. You know, we have to be blended in with all the other nations of the world. We don't have nothing of our own. To the point where we've been destroyed so bad, we don't even know who we are. And I want to say that comes to this verse I want to pull out in Leviticus. You know, chapter 19, verse 29. And it is written, do not prostitute thy daughters to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. And the land is Israel, but we're a people before we're a place. So in the scriptures, when you read it talking about the land, it's mainly talking about the people, because the people make the land what it is. The people make the land what it is. All right? In case you missed it, I'm going to read it again. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughters to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom. How do you prostitute your daughters to be a whore? Lipstick, makeup, eyeshadow. It's even written that the haughty ways of a woman will be seen or the ways of a haughty woman will be seen in her eyelids. Salaki, I know I butchered that, but you know, these forms, tight clothing, showing her backside, showing her bosoms. These things ought to be covered up, you know. And as a man, it hurts me to see how all women, mainly of you know, with my family coming up, you know, how they easily subject our young women to being so-called sexy, but it's not. It ain't nothing sexy about it. To see a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, man, even to see a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girl out here with barely anything on. You know, they go to the beach, they got the little bikinis and all that bullshit, right? And this is how you portray yourself as being beautiful, but you want somebody to respect you. With that, let me get to this video because I only got like 20 minutes left, so I don't want to take too much time. Let's get it.
How to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target. You can drop prices automatically. I can show you how, but I can't do it for you. People are saving real money doing it. Watch this. I can show you how to get this.
Come on, man.
Watch this. I can show you how to get the sweetest deals online when you shop from major retailers like Amazon and Target.
Why are you
You can
missing?
drop prices automatically.
Why are you
I
missing
can
me
show
right
you
now?
how.
It's lucky, fam. Give me 1 minute. I should cue this up a lot better than I did. Yep, there we go. Why y'all play so much? Let's get it.
Week 1. Alright, check that out. Look how thin it has been 1 month. Check out the results.
This story of this girl who was dating this trick. She ended up stealing from him. So she didn't know like what car he was in again. So he pulled up again, and then
How long you been working on Fig?
on and off since I was like 17. I'm 22 now.
Okay, and what got you into the life at 17?
The money, really. that's pretty much it. Just the money.
I mean, at 17, what do you need money for?
I mean, how you grow up, you know, everyone grows up differently. Sometimes growing up is hard. So.
Nigga, what?
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are...
Damn!
This story of this girl who pays for, you know, the bills and stuff, and
towards these women.
It's lucky, family.
There's a young lady, 22 years old, and she's talking about what it's like to be a street walker. And the reason why I'm doing this video today is because we always talk about passport bros, but maybe you guys should understand the mindset of the girl that's out there so you have a better understanding why grown men really don't go towards these women. They're easy, but you can find yourself caught up on the wrong side of the stick. Let's get to it.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
26. So did you finish school?
I did, yeah. I graduated high school in 2017, and then I went to college.
Okay. What you go to college for?
Nursing.
Nursing. Did you
Yeah.
finish?
I'm in school right now still.
Oh, okay. So is this just to supplement school or something?
Yeah, it pays for school. It pays for, you know, the bills and stuff, and it pays really good, so.
One thing that you guys are going to notice, all of them are going to be in school, mainly nursing school. That'll be something that you'll always hear these girls talk about is, yes, I've been in school. And the reason why they talk like this is because they don't want anyone to look down on them for what they're doing, because they are fully aware that people are going to look down on them, all because their parents are already looking down on her. Now, she's already told you she's raised a little different. She's the black sheep of the family. She does what she want to do. She's outcasted herself. A lot of young girls are going to do this. It's called rebellion. This is what I tell a lot of African-American black guys that are running around here with the Caucasian women. I told them, a lot of these girls only like you because they are rebelling. This is something that you guys need to understand about women. The quicker you understand their upbringing, if they was not daddy's little girl, they're bound to be whatever character they tell themselves they want to be, whether their parents are in their life or not. You have to be an alpha father. That's simple. She has to understand what the real world is. If she doesn't understand what the real world is, I tell you guys all the time, they revert back to what they can do easily. Spread their legs for money.
With that, let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty, gathering abroad, being out there with her friends and her auntie, and so on and so forth. A lot of these mothers treat their children like their friends, like they homies and homegirls. So now the young woman, the young baby, the daughter is growing up, being taught these things. No, like I said before, because we have been destroyed. We have been brought over here to serve out our sentence, and these are the things that these so-called social workers are trying to so-called fix, but they have no understanding of the spirit, and that we all have spirits, and with that, it don't matter what you can physically do for somebody, or mentally do for somebody, or emotionally do for somebody. If you can't fix them spiritually, it's a dead cause. That's why we're going through what we're going through. So our daughter, a shameless daughter, is going to be out there doing whatever she want to do because she feels like he's saying she's going to resort back to doing what comes easy, which is what comes naturally, which is pretty much laying on her back. Matter of fact, let me get another verse for that. I'm gonna just keep going while I'm looking for it.
Well, what are your rates? What are you charging for?
It depends. So like my base rate right now it's like 140.
140 for what?
For everything. Them like barebacking shit. I'll never do that shit. So gross.
What you guys have to understand is, she's talking like she has standards when she really don't. When you sit down and you talk to a woman on a one-on-one level, she has enough time to think, because women can think faster than men. So she can think, what do I say that sounds good? What do I say that he may want to hear? At the end of the day, she's already put a price on her soul. She's going to do anything. It's just that she's going to play standards whenever there's a one-on-one conversation, because she doesn't want to look bad.
I've done that. But he paid me a lot though. Like a lot.
What's a lot? What is a lot to you?
He paid me like 4 bands. But this wasn't out here.
Where was that at?
In Miami.
Oh, so you worked in Miami before?
I work everywhere.
You speak Spanish?
No shame. No shame. With that, let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Let's see what the word impudent means.
Impudent.
Not showing due respect for another person's impertinent, brazen, similar words: brazen, disrespectful, insubordinate, bold, rude, shameless. There you go, perfect word, shameless. That's what impudent mean. With an impudent eye. And that's how a lot of our daughters are brought up, man, to be impudent. They they see their mothers going off on the fathers. Even the sons, they see the mothers going off on the father, snapping on them, talking down to them, Even some are so bold to put their hands on the man. Right? Time is winding down, man. Let me get this though.
You guys have to understand, Miami and Dominican Republic are pretty much the same. Where am I from? I know plenty of girls like this. What you guys have to understand is when these girls get into the game, they're going to go from city to city to city to city. But they're going to get used to so many creepy guys. Do you hear the stories that she's saying? When they get used to these creepy guys, they lose complete respect for all men. And it's strictly all about the money at that point.
Right.
The point of me saying that is, if you take a basic girl who's used to nothing but simps, she's going to lose all respect for men, and she's going to play every man that comes into her life. Understand that?
Spanish.
Yeah.
What's your ethnicity?
My parents are from Nicaragua and Panama.
Gotcha. Okay. How long do you plan to be in the life for?
Not long. Not long at all. Like, I don't want to be 30 and doing this shit. Like, no. So I kind of want to, be right financially, which, like, I'm close.
Okay.
What you have to understand is,
Hey man, look at y'all, bro. She's gonna have a hard time. I guess that's the going rate. The goal is to get out of that lifestyle by the time you're 30, huh? Shit. Don't come for me, man. Hey, I love you. Yeah, man. That's what it is. That's what they do. With that, let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain and drink of water, every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. And you know what that is. Quiver, box, arrow, all right, put together. Right? And that's what a lot of our women out there are doing. And they don't understand why, because they haven't been taught, man. And these women nowadays, if you're coming into this truth, please teach your daughter this. And I ain't even going to say please, because if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If you're not, you're not. And it's the Lord's will, period, point blank. But this is what you should be teaching your daughter. Not to be shaking her booty. Not to be talking to as many men as she can till she find the right one. All that feminism crap that they have brought us over here in this wicked ass society teaching us. Right?
don't have a plan. You can't possibly have a plan when you're using your body to get ahead. In order for you to have a plan, you have to be using your mind to get ahead. It's easy to trick something that's already being tricked. What do I mean? It's easy to convince someone of a lie because everyone don't want the truth. See, it's easy for a woman to convince herself what she's doing with her body. As long as it makes her money, it's okay. And the guy, it's easy for him to trick himself that he's paying, that a girl is going to like him. Both are in delusional worlds, which is why it's easy for a weak woman to get in this world and also for a weak man, because they're both paying for their delusion.
What are your goals? Like, are you buying a house? Are you
Yeah,
starting a business?
so right now I already have an apartment. Like, my folks,
Saki. Choice of delusion. Perfect. I didn't even know that he was going to say that. But, hey, man, perfect. Choice of delusion. Right? With that, let's get this is the sole understanding of when you have a daughter, you raising her up. This is her purpose. Not to get a job, not to get an education, to be this big, awesome financial provider for herself or whoever she's providing. Look at her, man. The girl's sad, man. You know, no matter how she's trying to break that off, man, she's got all those demons. You can see it in her eyes. But first, let's go 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. You know, guide the house. Teach the children how they're supposed to be. Salakia. You know, like I said, you know, go out there and you give reference to your husband. You know, you don't talk down on him. Out there, all that, you know, busybody stuff they got going on. You know, and women, I see, it's easy to get caught up in it. We're far past in the game right now. But if you have this truth, buckle down. All right? Buckle down, Lord willing, you know, and the Lord will save you. You know? Hey, we've been destroyed, yo. We at the point. Let's go.
Basically, set up myself to where, like, I have my own place, my own car. Obviously, like, everyone wants to get out of this lifestyle. This shit is not forever. You can't be like 30 and plus of working out here. That shit is embarrassing. That means like your goals aren't like set.
It's embarrassing for her to be that young and do it as well. But what you guys have to understand,
right,
from a woman's angle,
because she's supposed to be married, having children, like we just read in 1 Timothy chapter 5. And this is what a man is looking for. Let's get Ecclesiastes. Salakia, Ecclesiastes chapter 26, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Verse 5. A evil wife is a yoke shaken. Verse 7. A evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. He's going to always be stung, going through issues, having a problem, getting hurt. Verse 8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Yeah. You know, because she's always going to be rebelling against the man. And look at her. She's really hurt, man. From making the decision she had, you know, the world had taught her this is what life is about. You know, but even women like this, coming back into the truth and doing as the Lord say, you do have a place, you know, in the kingdom. Lord willing, you know, on the first round. You know, that's the verse I was looking for earlier. Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. All right. But yeah, man, we need y'all women to be virtuous, man. It's getting down to that time. And we know not all of y'all gonna get it. You know, you're fighting against the oppression. It's making you mad too. Oppression maketh a wise man mad. So imagine all women and y'all the weaker vessel. I can imagine y'all insane. But just hold on, you know, to the ones that's supposed to get it and understand it. You know, fight for it. That's what us as men, that's what we're doing, to fight to be in the good graces of Yahweh Shai. And if you have a man, these are the things. 1 Timothy chapter 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 1. You can also look up Proverbs chapter 31. Starting at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her prize is far above rubies. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Verse 12. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Verse 13. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. So yeah, y'all got a job to do too. It's not out here in the world, not out here in the workforce. You know, I got a sister, man, and she she do like all type of things, man. Candles, soaps, you know, necklaces and all these things, man. You know, and it's all in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You know. Like I always like to say, just, you know, keep that, man, and endure, Abaratazah, endure. We almost home, family. Lord willing, we a part of that number. You see, everything's getting down to the wire. You know, as foretold through the Spirit to our elders, what's going down. So, you know, rise ye women that are at ease. You know, verse 13 again. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. And that's what's gonna be like in the kingdom, y'all. That's what's gonna be like in the kingdom, man. And imagine being on that first trip. You're gonna have maidens. You're gonna have women of the other nations serving you. What do they say? You know, you can't be a leader until you learn how to be a follower. You know? And women, it's your duty to serve the men. That's what woman means. It's your duty to serve the man. Since Genesis to this day, that's been your only duty. And like I said, you can go back to the precepts of 1 Timothy chapter 5, Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, which is in the Apocrypha, and you can read Proverbs chapter 31. You know, instead of coming out here trying to tell a man what he's supposed to do, how he's not, you know, good enough for the Lord. You can't speak for that man and the Lord. Just like a man trying to come to me and tell me, "Oh man, she ain't good enough for you." Hey, you don't know. Well, what that man know about what I got going on with my wives, right? Same thing with you women, man. Y'all can't sit up here and say how the Lord going, you know, you usurp authority over man because he's not perfect in your eyes, man. Especially if you ain't perfect. So with that, we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Once again, Shalom, and endure, Abaratazah, endure. To the brothers doing the work, Barakatah, and may the blessing of election be upon your houses, Lord willing. Until next time, I hope this lesson is edifying. Until next time, Shalom.